All right, since we're here talking kind of about all things Root, I thought it might be beneficial to show off how exactly I'm storing all of my stuff. I have the base game, Riverfolk, Underground, and the Clockwork expansion, and I store them in these 2 boxes. I don't see how I could combine them into one without like hybridizing these boxes by taping them together or something, or just buying Tupperware. And I like Kyle Farron's art enough that A, I want to be able to see it, and B, I'm totally fine showing off double the amount of it. I mean, should more expansions come out, I might not be able to make this setup work, but for the time being, it works great for me. So let's see. In the main base game box, first of all, in case you have not seen, and I'll put a link in here, I made a flow chart for what factions maybe you should play based on what you are most interested in the game. So it's kind of just like a bunch of inside jokes that I've built up over playing the game. But I mean, it might be an actual way you could choose a faction, and I might even do that in a later video. So this is in the main box. I have rule books. I also, because this was before they came up with the concept of like the reach values, I have a document that I've just been kind of combining all of the recommended, which are the little torch symbol, the recommended pairings of different factions. Then I have the Law of Root, Rootbotics, then all of the player boards, including the 4 bot project ones, the Clockworks. And then underneath it, I still have this cardboard kind of raisy, shelfy thing, because it works perfect for all of these faction baggies that I got from the BGG store. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they are awesome. They have the art that I've already talked about how much I like it, and they keep everything nice and tidy. So it's essentially rules and the faction stuff. Then over here in the smaller box, nothing hidden on the inside of there, just a cool design, is kind of the maps and everything else. So I have the resin, the clearing markers, the new fancy dice, and all of the items that'll go up at the top of the map, as well as all of the ruins, but none of the ones with the R's, and I'll cover that in a second. Here are the wooden pieces that came for the mountain and the lake map. Here are all of the necessary parts for the Clockworks. So all their the cards they need, the clearing priority markers. So if I'm not playing with these, I just don't open this bag up. On the flip side, here are all the different faction-specific cards. So, you know, depending on what people are playing, I have all of the moles, I have all the vagabonds, I have the viziers, I have all these different things, and then the whole deck of vagabond quests. In the boxes here, so this was the vagabond pack. Those are now all in the vagabond bag. This is the normal card deck that came with the original game. So that just stays in there. I don't have them sleeved. I'm sure some people, that'll be like nails on a chalkboard, but that's just the way I have it. Then in this other one, the Exiles and Partisan deck is exactly what it says. I just keep that in there. So depending on if I want to use that or not, I just open up one of those boxes and then the cards are there. And then obviously the maps themselves. So the original, the lake and mountain pass one, and then the mountain pass pieces I found actually work really well to just sort of put them in there to make sure the maps don't move around a bunch when it gets shaken. So yeah, stuff actually feels really good when I break it into these two boxes. They are both very dense with gameplay, you know, materials, and they take up the same space as if they were one giant box. So I'm pretty okay with keeping it this way. And that is how I store all the root that I own. Like I said, if and when Leader Games, more expansions are to come out, which hopefully they do, I will have to revisit this system, but for the time being, it works great for what I use it for.